In big news that started last week, disgraced former Trump National Security Advisor Michael Flynn has said that he's willing to cooperate with the FBI and congressional investigations into the Trump-Russia scandal in exchange for immunity from prosecution. Flynn's lawyer put out a statement about this, saying General Flynn certainly has a story to tell, and he very much wants to tell it, should the circumstances permit. No reasonable person who has the benefit of advice from counsel would submit to questioning in such a highly politicized witch hunt environment without assurances against unfair prosecution. Of course, prosecution could be fair as well, but Congressman Adam Schiff, he's not buying it for now. He's the ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee. He said he has a, quote, very healthy skepticism about whether it's even worth granting immunity to Michael Flynn, and added to that, it's not even really clear whether, quote, Flynn can add value to our investigation. So Adam Schiff is saying, I don't know that we need what Michael Flynn has to offer, which is all a very unusual situation.
Right. They may already have the dirt on him, so then why offer him immunity? Michael Flynn doesn't really have any leverage in this situation, and it seems like he's trying to create some if he can.
Donald Trump publicly encouraged Flynn to try to get immunity. He tweeted out on Friday, Mike Flynn should ask for immunity in that this is a witch hunt excuse for big election loss by media and Dems of historic proportion. Hard to parse that grammar, but I think you have a sense that Trump thinks the entire thing is bogus, obviously. This is probably a combination of both ignorance and Trump wanting to convey the message that, hey, give Flynn immunity. I'm not afraid of what it is that he has to say. We'll see. That remains to be seen. Michael Flynn went on Meet the Press back in September, right in the middle of the election cycle, and said that Hillary Clinton's staff members likely committed a crime because they requested immunity. Let's apply Flynn's own logic from this clip to what he is now doing.
People like Hillary Clinton, I mean, 5 people around her have been given immunity, to include her former chief of staff. When you are given immunity, that means that you've probably committed a crime. So, you know, I don't know how he can sit there and say something like that with all of the things that have been going around, just swirling around Hillary Clinton with her emails.
From the horse's mouth, right? Why would Flynn want immunity? Hey, well, he said when people get immunity, they probably committed a crime. Now, the initial reaction was, wow, Flynn knows of, and it was part of a major collusion scandal with Russia. He's willing to spill the beans, and he wants to be the first to talk to avoid prosecution. That's possible. There is a more benign explanation, not benign big picture, but at least somewhat more benign, which is we know that Flynn wasn't truthful about those conversations with Sergei Kislyak, so maybe he just wants immunity from prosecution for lying about that already, right? And we don't know. It remains to be seen. But what's obvious is that the general understanding is you don't go looking for immunity if you aren't worried about being prosecuted for something.
Interesting. Yeah, it seems like he'll have to participate in one form or another. Maybe he'll get subpoenaed anyway.
Yeah.
We know some of the Trump aides like Roger Stone and Paul Manafort are actually willing to testify on their own volition, but it seems like in his case, there may be actually something to hide where maybe the other people are able to be more honest and open.
We don't know why. We don't know exactly why, because we aren't getting the testimony. I mean, if Sally Yates could finally testify, we might get more of a sense of why Michael Flynn wants immunity to begin with. I'm sure that's going to be rescheduled any day now, Pat, right? I'm sure Sally Yates will get to talk to us very soon.
Sally Yates apparently has some very important information on Michael Flynn, so I would like to see that.
And we're not hearing from her, and it still hasn't been rescheduled. Send me your thoughts about what's going on. I'm on Twitter at @DPakman. The show is on Twitter at David Pakman Show.